Let's kill another tattoo myth. Second skin does not improve long-term ink retention. Used correctly, it can slightly improve early healing conditions, but it does not change pigment retention in any meaningful or measurable way. There is no secret ink-locking force field, sorry. Here's what actually determines ink retention. Ink retention is driven by dermal macrophages, not by whatever is stuck on the surface of your skin. After tattooing, ink is placed into the upper to mid-dermis. Some pigment is cleared during the inflammatory phase. The rest is captured by dermal macrophages and fibroblasts. Long-term stability depends on immune behavior and dermal structure. This process happens below the epidermis. Surface dressings do not get a vote. Now, what second skin can influence? Second skin affects the healing environment, not pigment biology. During the first 3 to 5 days, it can reduce scab formation, limit friction from clothing and movement, maintain a stable moisture balance, lower the chance of accidental ink loss from picking or cracking. That last part matters. This can reduce secondary ink loss, meaning ink that would have been lost because someone ripped off a scab or split the skin. That benefit is real. It is also modest, not magical. Now let's be clear about what second skin does not do. It does not push ink deeper. It does not seal ink into the dermis. It does not stop immune clearance. It does not change macrophage turnover. It does not improve long-term saturation beyond normal healing variation. Claims that it locks in ink are marketing language, not physiology. So why do people swear their tattoos healed better with second skin? 3 reasons. First, less scabbing, less flaking looks like better retention early on. Second, cleaner healing. Fewer complications mean fewer touch-ups, which people credit to the film. Third, confirmation bias. Good tattoos heal well no matter what you cover them with. Now, when second skin can indirectly help, it can be useful if someone is prone to heavy scabbing, excess friction, compulsive picking, overwashing in the first few days. In those cases, it prevents behaviors that cause avoidable pigment loss. That is behavior modification, not ink science. And yes, there are times it can hurt outcomes, rare, but real. Adhesive reactions causing inflammation, fluid trapping leading to skin maceration, aggressive or premature removal with high shear force. These problems affect skin health, not ink chemistry, but severe inflammation can absolutely worsen cosmetic results. So here's the bottom line. Second skin has no meaningful effect on long-term ink retention. It may slightly reduce early, avoidable ink loss. It does not outperform good aftercare. Artist technique and application depth matter far more. A well-applied tattoo with solid traditional aftercare will retain ink just as well as one healed under second skin. No magic, just biology. If someone told you to leave second skin on your tattoo for 5 days, they are lying to you or repeating tattoo folklore from the Stone Age. Let's kill this myth properly. Second skin is usually removed between 24 and 72 hours after application. The sweet spot for most people is 48 hours. Not 5 days, not until it falls off on its own. 48 hours. Here's why. A fresh tattoo goes through very predictable chaos. First 24 hours, your tattoo is basically leaking. Plasma, lymphatic fluid, inflammation doing its thing. That bandage is under maximum tension and your body is in full damage control mode. Then we hit the 24 to 72 hour window. Fluid production slows down, the top layer of skin starts repairing, and now the risk changes. Early on, the danger is contamination. Later on, the danger is turning your tattoo into a soggy science experiment. Second skin shines during the first 1 to 2 days. That is when friction and bacteria are the real enemies. After that, keeping it sealed too long actually works against you. Now let's talk about the inner forearm specifically because it is not like other body parts. The volar forearm has thinner skin. It bends constantly. It gets stretched every time you move your wrist. It produces less oil than areas like the shoulder. Yes, it heals fast, but it also gets pissed off fast. Leave adhesive on too long and irritation shows up before healing problems do. That is why timing matters here. So what should you actually do? Most people take it off at 48 hours and never think about it again. Earlier removal around 24 to 36 hours makes sense if the bandage is filling with fluid, the edges are lifting, or you feel itching, burning, or redness under the adhesive, especially if you have sensitive skin. Later removal up to 72 hours can be fine if the seal is perfect, there is minimal fluid, no irritation, and you are not bending that arm all day. Beyond 72 hours on the inner forearm, hard no. That is how you earn adhesive dermatitis and macerated skin. Now, yes, some brands say you can leave it on for 5 days. That is a maximum under ideal lab conditions, not a goal, not a badge of honor, and not better healing. Clinically and practically, most of the benefit is done well before that. When you remove it, do not rip it off like a savage. Warm shower, slow peel, low and parallel to the skin. Support the skin as you go, wash gently after. So here's the bottom line. Ideal removal around 48 hours, acceptable range 24 to 72 hours, inner forearm earlier beats later. And no, leaving second skin on longer does not improve ink retention, does not speed healing, and does not make you tougher. It just makes your skin angry. Tattoo myths, officially corrected. Let's clear this up once and for all. There is no strong scientific evidence that one magical direction of removal makes second skin safer or better. Up, down, toward the heart, away from the heart, your tattoo does not know the difference. However, there is solid medical and biomechanical reasoning behind the technique artists recommend, and no, it is not tattoo folklore. First, what second skin actually is. Second skin is a semi-occlusive polyurethane adhesive dressing, same family as Tegaderm, used in hospitals, used in burn units, used after surgery. Its job is simple: protect the wound, keep it moist, reduce friction, prevent scabbing, limit water loss. And yes, a fresh tattoo is a wound, a controlled partial thickness skin injury. Your epidermis is disrupted. Your superficial dermis is irritated. Congratulations, you paid for trauma. Now the real issue, the concern is not direction, the concern is shear force. When adhesive dressings are removed improperly, damage happens because of mechanical stripping of fragile new skin, traction on hair follicles, micro tears in the surface layers, inflammation that delays healing. In medicine, we have a name for this: medical adhesive-related skin injury, MARSI. Not dramatic, just real. So why do artists tell you to pull it low and slow while stretching the skin? Because physics works, low-angle removal reduces vertical shear. You are not yanking skin upward, you are letting it release sideways. Stretching the skin stabilizes the epidermis. Less movement, less trauma, less regret. Slow removal allows the adhesive bonds to fail gradually, not all at once like ripping off duct tape in a horror movie. This is standard practice. Wound care, burn units, post-op dressing removal. This is not tattoo lore. This is basic dermatology. Now let's talk about direction. Up versus down does not matter. Toward the heart versus away does not matter. Clockwise versus counterclockwise definitely does not matter. Your skin is not a compass. What actually matters is this: angle, speed, skin support, moisture. That's it. And a few things matter more than everything else combined. Timing. Too early increases trauma. Too late increases adhesion strength. Hydration. Warm water and shower steam soften the adhesive. Physics again. Skin type. Dry or sensitive skin gets injured more easily. Hair. More pain, more drama, not more infection. Inflammation. Angry tattoos do not tolerate rough handling. So here's the bottom line. There is no high-quality evidence that removing second skin in a specific direction improves healing. There is solid biomechanical reasoning for slow removal, low-angle peeling, supporting or stretching the skin, removing it in warm water. If someone heals poorly after removing second skin the wrong way, it is almost never about direction. It is about excessive shear force. In other words, your tattoo does not care which way you peel, it cares how hard you pull.
Thanks for checking out my video. I make mindset videos, productivity videos, and I focus primarily on men's health topics. If you like this video, smash subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and remember, I make videos for you. And so if you have questions, something you want answered, let me know. Cheers.